Let's be honest. Flying in 2026 feels like living in a sci-fi movie that sometimes turns into a survival thriller. Between the massive crowds heading to the World Cup host cities and the sheer amount of new tech at the terminal, the old-school travel tips from 5 years ago just don't cut it anymore. If you're still printing out paper boarding passes or waiting in a 30-minute line just to talk to a gate agent when your flight is delayed, you are doing it the hard way. I've spent the last 12 months testing every new biometric gate, AI travel assistant, and updated DOT regulation to figure out how to actually win at air travel this year. In this video, I'm breaking down 26 essential air travel hacks for 2026 that will save you hours of stress and potentially thousands of dollars. Before we dive into the high-tech secrets, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Staying updated is the only way to keep your sanity in the modern sky. First, you need to stop being your own travel agent and start using an AI concierge. We're way past the days of just Googling a flight. In 2026, the real pro move is using agentic AI like Google Gemini or specialized tools like iMean to handle the logistics. Instead of manually checking every airline site when a storm hits, you can literally tell your AI assistant, "My flight to DFW was just canceled. Find me the next 3 options on any carrier and draft a message to customer service requesting a voucher." These tools now have real-time access to flight manifests and can often find a rebooking path before the airline's own app even sends you a notification. It's like having a personal assistant in your pocket that doesn't need to sleep or stand in a line at the service desk. You can even feed it your loyalty numbers so it knows to prioritize your preferred carriers or search for flights where you have enough points to cover a last-minute upgrade. This isn't just a search engine. It's a decision-making engine that works at the speed of the internet, not the speed of a phone queue. Second, if you haven't opted into TSA PreCheck touchless ID yet, you are essentially choosing to stand in line for fun. By the middle of 2026, this tech has expanded to over 65 major U.S. airports, including places like O'Hare, LAX, and JFK. Instead of fumbling for your phone or your physical ID, you just walk up to a camera. It recognizes your face based on your passport photo, and you keep walking. No documents, no physical contact, no friction. The hack here is making sure your digital identity is fully verified in your airline's app at least 24 hours before you fly. You'll need to scan your passport's chip using your phone's NFC reader once to set it up. If you see the touchless ID logo on your digital boarding pass, you've unlocked the fastest lane in the building. It turns a 10-minute security crawl into a 30-second walkthrough. Third, for the Clear members out there, you need to look for the new biometric e-gates. Clear recently rolled these out at more than 30 airports to help handle the massive influx of travelers. These gates are a game-changer because they bypass the TSA podium entirely. You verify your identity at the kiosk in under 5 seconds, the gate opens, and you head straight to the X-ray belt. It's the ultimate skip-the-line card. If your home airport has these, and you aren't using them, you're missing out on the single fastest way to get through security in the country right now. The secret is that these gates are often located at the far ends of the security checkpoints where crowds are thinner, so keep an eye on the terminal map to find the least congested Clear entry point. Fourth, let's talk about the invisible passport trend. More and more states are now supporting mobile driver's licenses or MDLs in Apple Wallet and Google Wallet. The travel hack for 2026 is to stop pulling out your physical wallet entirely. Not only does this keep your physical ID safe in your bag, but at many TSA checkpoints, scanning your phone is actually faster because the reader is optimized for digital tokens rather than physical plastic. Just make sure you've updated your phone's security settings to allow for express mode, so you don't even have to face unlock your phone to tap it at the reader. It is also a huge security win. If you lose your phone, your ID is still encrypted and protected, whereas a lost physical ID is a nightmare of identity theft waiting to happen. Fifth, your luggage needs to be smarter than a fifth grader. In 2026, we've moved beyond just tossing an AirTag into a suitcase. The newest smart luggage from brands like July or Hayes now has case-safe technology built directly into the TSA lock system. This integrates natively with Apple's Find My or Google's Find My Device network without needing a separate battery-powered puck that might die mid-trip. The hack here? Set up a Left Behind alert on your watch. If you're at the airport bar and your suitcase starts moving away from you toward the baggage claim or, heaven forbid, the wrong terminal, your wrist will vibrate immediately. You can even share your luggage's location with the airline's baggage service office digitally, giving them the exact GPS coordinates of your bag if it gets lost in the bowels of the airport. Sixth, you need to know how to trigger the automatic refund rule. Even with some shifting regulations in 2026, the core Department of Transportation rules still favor the passenger for significant disruptions. If your flight is canceled or delayed by more than 3 hours for a domestic trip, you are legally entitled to a cash refund, not just a voucher, if you choose not to take the flight. The hack is this: don't click Accept on the voucher the app offers you. Instead, use a refund prompt script in your AI assistant to demand the original form of payment. Many airlines have automated this process now, but they won't offer it unless you specifically request the .refund option in the chat interface. Remember, a voucher usually expires in a year. Cash in your bank account stays there forever. Seventh, use Google Maps' Immersive View for airport navigation. Major hubs like Atlanta Hartsfield or LAX are basically small cities now, and getting lost can mean a missed connection. Before you even land, you can use the AR feature in Maps to see a 3D walkthrough of your arrival gate to your next departure gate. It shows you exactly where the hidden bathrooms are, which food spots have the shortest lines, and where the nearest charging stations are located. It's like having a local guide for a place you've never been. This is especially useful in international hubs where the signage might be confusing. Seeing a photo of the exact hallway you need to turn down can save you a frantic sprint through the terminal. Eighth, stop relying on basic price alerts and start using AI-driven price forecasting. Tools like Hopper and Google Flights have evolved in 2026 to analyze not just historical data, but agentic demand. They can tell if a sudden spike in ticket prices to a city like Miami is due to a specific event or a temporary glitch. The hack is to use price freeze features. For a small fee, often around $20, you can lock in a price for 48 hours while you coordinate with your group. In a year where flight prices fluctuate wildly due to fuel cost adjustments, that 48-hour window is your best friend. It gives you the peace of mind to book without that nagging fear that the price will drop the moment you hit confirm. If you're finding this helpful so far, please give the video a like. It really helps the channel reach more travelers who are tired of the airport grind. Up next, we're going to look at how to hack your in-flight experience and some secret ways to score upgrades without being a million-miler. Moving on to the second part of our travel masterclass, we're shifting our focus from the terminal to the cabin, because how you spend your time at 35,000 feet defines whether you land ready to take on the world or ready for a 10-hour nap. Ninth, let's talk about the death of bad airplane Wi-Fi. In 2026, the game has completely changed thanks to the Starlink revolution. Major carriers like United, Hawaiian, and the Lufthansa Group have officially rolled out low Earth orbit satellite internet across their fleets. The hack here is to check your aircraft type before you buy that $20 premium Wi-Fi pass on an older plane. If you're on a newer Airbus A321neo or a retrofitted Boeing 737, the Wi-Fi is often free for loyalty members and fast enough to stream 4K video or join a Zoom call without lag. Don't pay for the slow stuff. Check the Amenities tab in your booking to see if you've got that high-speed Starlink logo. It's a literal game changer for digital nomads and anyone who wants to actually be productive during a cross-country flight. 10th, you need to be strategic about power. While many airlines like Southwest and Alaska have finally started installing in-seat power, it's a mix of USB-A and the much faster USB-C. The 2026 pro tip? Bring a high-wattage GAN charger and a long USB-C to USB-C cable. Many newer planes are now putting 60W or even 100W USB-C ports in the armrests or seatbacks. If you use a cheap, thin cable, your laptop won't even register a charge. Invest in a cable that can actually handle the juice so you can stay productive during those long hauls. Also, remember that those ports can sometimes be loose. A small piece of tape or a rubberized plug can help keep your charger from sliding out every time the person in front of you adjusts their seat. 11th, there is a massive change coming to in-flight dining that you cannot ignore. Starting March 1, 2026, United and several other major carriers are moving to a pre-order-only model for fresh meals in economy on most North American routes. If you don't select your burger or salad in the app at least 24 hours before your flight, your only options will be the standard shelf-stable snack boxes. The hack is simple. Set a calendar alert for 5 days before your trip. Pre-ordering doesn't just guarantee you a meal. It often unlocks app-exclusive options like gourmet wraps or elevated salads that aren't even available for purchase once the cabin door shuts. Plus, you're usually served first, meaning you can finish your meal and get to sleep while everyone else is still waiting for the cart to reach their row. 12th, use the AI seat map strategy. We're way past just looking at Seat Guru, which has unfortunately fallen behind the times. In 2026, use AI-driven tools like Ori8 or the updated Expert Flyer to analyze the real-time load of a flight. These tools can predict, based on current booking trends, which middle seats are most likely to stay empty. If you see a row where the window and aisle are booked, but the middle is open, and the AI says the flight is only 70% full, that's your target. Moving your seat 48 hours before departure based on these heat maps is the closest you'll get to a poor man's business class experience. It's all about the data. Knowing which flights are heavy with business travelers who might get upgraded at the last minute can help you snag a whole row to yourself. 13th, if you actually want a real upgrade, you have to master the 20-40% rule for upgrade bidding. Most international airlines now use a platform called PlusGrade to auction off empty business class seats. Don't just throw a random number at them. The trick is to find the current price of a business class ticket, subtract what you paid for your economy seat, and bid between 20% and 40% of that difference. Most people bid the bare minimum, so going just $50 above the low slider often puts you at the top of the pile. This strategy works best on midweek flights when business travel is slightly lower, giving you a premium lie-flat bed for a fraction of the retail price. 14th, lounge access isn't just for the elite anymore, but the way you get in has changed. In 2026, many lounges have moved to biometric entry and digital day passes. If your credit card doesn't give you access, check the airline app about 3 hours before your flight. When lounges are under capacity, they often flash sale day passes for half price just to fill the seats. Also, keep an eye out for lounge sharing apps that allow you to buy someone's guest pass for a fraction of the cost. It's the ultimate way to get a shower and a hot meal during a long layover. Some newer lounges even offer micro stays, where you pay for only 60 minutes of access, perfect for a quick refresh between connections. 15th, stop using the airline's provided headphones. They're terrible for your ears and the planet. But here's the problem. Many planes still use those ancient two-prong jacks. The 2026 hack is the AirFly Pro 2. This tiny Bluetooth transmitter plugs into the jack and lets you use your own high-end noise-canceling headphones with the in-flight entertainment. It even has a sharing mode so 2 people can watch the same movie on their own AirPods. It's a small investment that makes the theater experience in the sky 1,000% better, and you don't have to deal with the tangled mess of airline-provided wires. 16th, Speaking of headphones, 2026 is the year of the Sony WH-1000X M6 and the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra 2nd Gen. These are the gold standard for a reason. Their new voice isolation tech can actually filter out the sound of a crying baby 2 rows back, while still letting you hear the flight attendant's voice. If you're still using 2029 noise cancellation, you won't believe how much quieter the cabin has become with these newer sensors. They even have atmospheric pressure optimization that adjusts the sound based on the cabin altitude, ensuring you get perfect audio quality even at high altitudes. 17th, your phone is now your wallet in the sky. Almost every major U.S. carrier has moved to 100% contactless payments. If you don't have Apple Pay or Google Pay set up, you might find yourself unable to buy a drink or a snack halfway through the flight. The pro tip here? Make sure your travel card is set as your default in your digital wallet before you lose cell service. It saves you from fumbling with physical cards in a cramped seat and is much more secure against the skimming tech that unfortunately still pops up in some airports. Also, many airlines now offer a discount or extra miles if you pay using their specific card through your digital wallet. If you found at least one tip so far that's going to save you time or money, do me a huge favor and share this video with your favorite travel buddy. It helps me keep making these deep dive guides for you. We've made it to the final stretch, and honestly, these last few hacks are the ones that will save your wallet when things go completely sideways. Whether it's a massive storm system grounding half the fleet or a simple case of a missing suitcase, 2026 has introduced some very specific rules and tools that you need to have in your back pocket. 18th, you have to master the 24-hour price drop maneuver. Under U.S. Department of Transportation rules, if you book a flight at least 7 days before departure, you have 24 hours to cancel it for a full refund, no questions asked. The hack here is to book your good enough flight, then set a 23-hour timer. Use that window to do one final sweep with your AI travel agent. If a better route or a lower price pops up, snag it, then immediately cancel the first one. It's essentially a free insurance policy for the first day of your booking. This is especially powerful for holiday travel when prices change hourly. You can effectively hold a seat while you look for a better deal. 19th, let's talk about the 2026 update to the significant delay rule. The DOT has become much stricter about what constitutes a significant change. If your domestic flight is delayed by more than 3 hours, or your international flight by more than 6, you are now entitled to an automatic cash refund if you choose not to travel. But here is the 2026 pro tip. If you do still want to travel, don't just take the delay sitting at the gate. Check the airline's customer service dashboard on the DOT website. Most major carriers have now committed to providing meal vouchers for delays over 3 hours and hotel stays for overnight delays. If they don't offer it, show the gate agent the dashboard on your phone. They are much more likely to help when they know you're aware of their public commitments. It's about having the receipts to back up your request for fair treatment. 20th, your baggage fees are now refundable if the airline is slow. This is a massive win for travelers this year. If your bag is delayed more than 15 hours for a domestic flight or 30 hours for an international one, the airline is required to refund your checked bag fee automatically. You don't even have to hunt them down for it in most cases, but you must file that mishandled baggage report at the airport before you leave. If you walk out of the terminal without that paper or digital claim number, you lose your right to that refund and any incidental reimbursements. Keep a photo of your claim check on your phone as a backup. It's the most important piece of paper you'll hold all trip if things go wrong. 21st, stop paying for International Day passes from your home carrier. In 2026, the eSIM revolution is in full swing with apps like Saily or Airalo. Before your plane even touches the runway in London or Tokyo, you can have a local data plan activated for about $5 to $10. It takes 30 seconds to set up, and you avoid that heart attack-inducing $100 roaming bill at the end of the month. Just make sure your phone is unlocked. Most 2026-era phones purchased on a payment plan are automatically unlocked after 60 days of service. This gives you local speed internet for a fraction of the cost, making it easy to call an Uber or look up directions the moment you clear customs. 22nd, we have to talk about skip lagging or hidden city ticketing. This is where you book a flight from point A to point C with a layover in point B because it's cheaper than flying directly to point B. While it saves money, the 2026 reality is that airlines are cracking down harder than ever. They are using AI to flag suspicious booking patterns. The hack? If you're going to do it, never link your frequent flyer number and never check a bag. It will go to the final destination without you. It's a use-at-your-own-risk move, but for a last-minute emergency trip, it can still save you hundreds of dollars. Just be aware that if you do this too often, an airline might shadow ban you from their loyalty program. 23rd, use a digital double for your documents. We've all been told to carry a physical copy of our passport, but in 2026, the Verify feature in Google Drive or iCloud Keychain is safer. These are encrypted vaults that require biometric ID to open. If you lose your phone and your physical passport, you can log into your account from any device and have a verified, high-resolution copy ready for the embassy. It's the ultimate safety net for international travel. You can even include your vaccination records, travel insurance policy, and emergency contacts in this vault, so everything is in one secure, digital place. 24th, let's solve jet lag once and for all with the circadian AI method. Download an app like Timeshifter. It uses the same science NASA uses for astronauts to tell you exactly when to seek light, when to avoid it, and when to take a quick nap based on your specific flight itinerary. If you start the plan 48 hours before you fly, you can land in Europe or Asia, feeling like you're on local time. It's the difference between wasting the first 3 days of your vacation in a fog and being ready to explore the moment you land. The app even gives you timing for caffeine and melatonin if you use them, creating a tailored biological roadmap for your trip. 25th, if you're stuck in a middle seat, use the gate standby trick. About 15 minutes before boarding begins, the gate agents are clearing the upgrade list. This often leaves a few aisle or window seats open in the front of the economy cabin. Approach the desk politely, not while they're busy boarding, and just ask, "I noticed the upgrade list just cleared. Are there any closer to the front aisle seats that opened up?" Half the time, they'll move you for free just to balance the cabin load. It's a low-fort move that can turn a miserable middle seat into a comfortable aisle seat with extra legroom. 26th, and finally, the most important hack for 2026. The 3-hour buffer is the new 2-hour buffer. With biometric gates and AI security, things can move fast, but when the system glitches, it creates a massive bottleneck because everyone assumes they can arrive late. Don't be that person. Arriving early isn't about the security line, it's about giving yourself a recovery window if your Uber breaks down or your digital ID fails to scan. Use that extra hour to sit in a lounge or find a quiet corner with good Wi-Fi to get some work done. It turns the airport from a high-stress environment into a productive third space where you can actually relax before your flight. Flying in 2026 is all about being more prepared than the person standing next to you. If you use even 5 of these hacks on your next trip, I promise you're going to have a significantly better experience. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to share this video with someone who has a trip coming up. They'll thank you for it. Don't forget to leave a comment below with your favorite travel hack that I might have missed. I love hearing what's working for you guys out there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.